Welcome, everyone. It is the storyteller, and back once again we are with M&B Warband. Uh, it's it's been a minute since the last time I recorded this game. I'll be very honest with you. I don't know if I remember exactly where we are. Um, right. I just picked up Borsha and Forentis. They still have very, very, very basic shit. I have a bunch of tier nothing shit. I haven't interacted with any lords yet. No, I don't have any quests. The objective, as far as I remember, was just to go around, deal with some mountain bandits, deal with some deserters, level up these guys, and then we start talking to lords and doing their quest. This one I might get involved in, just because I know we still have a good number of tribesmen. So there's a good chance we might actually lose one or two, and I'd prefer not to go recruiting. One thing that I was thinking about with this game in specific is that there's not a whole hell of a lot of content. Like, yeah, there's dialogue you can get into, and I can voice act every single piece of dialogue, even though a lot of it's just wash, rinse, and repeat. But I feel like I could make better use of my face cam and, like, mic by almost kind of doing a podcast thing where I start telling stories and start having conversations with you guys. If you're interested in that. I don't know. There's only 19 of you, and like 4 of you comment. Hell, I think a lot of the comments that I get aren't even from actual subs. I think they're from random viewers across the globe being introduced to the content through the hashtags and other things. But regardless, that is an idea. I will experiment with it on the next episode. Well, there is a lord over here. Count Tashius. Request a meeting with Count Tashius. What name do I want to use? You have a skull cap. You are a lord with a fucking skull cap on. I do not have any respect for you. Do I know you? My name is Bakilogos. At your service, sir. I am Count Tashius, vassal of Kingdom of Rhodox and the lord of Atros Castle. Normally I cut the throats of impudent commoners who barge in my presence uninvited, but I am in a good mood today. What is it? Do you have any tasks for me? My brother, Count Matthias, has been taken prisoner by M&B Warband of the Serenade Sultanate. Normally honorable nobles will grant prisoners a gentle blood, the privilege of parole, and treat them as honored guests. So long as they give their word, they will not attempt to escape, till such time as the ransom can be paid. But M&B Warband, instead of granting Count Matthias parole, has consigned my brother to his dungeons, no doubt in hope that he can demand more from us. We need to get my brother out of prison. We may be able to pay a ransom, in which case we could cover your expenses up to 5,000 dinars. If you have connections within Karaf Castle, you may be able to use them to sneak him out. Or you may try a more direct approach. Walk up to the gala, take the keys by force, then fight your way out. Can you do this for us? At my rank? No. No, I do not. That's not the mission I wanted. I wanted to see if you had a mission that had to do with that bandit lair. So not only do I get to raid the bandit lair and get the XP off of that, but I get to have good rapport with somebody. Count Fulsivore. Speak quickly. If you have anything to say, for I have no time to be bandering words with common soldiers of fortune. I have something you could help with. An issue with a lawless villain known as Ales of the Tail. He murdered one of my men and has been run from judgment ever since. I can't let him get away with avoiding justice, so I put a bounty of 300 dinars on his head. Friends of the murdered man reckon that his assassin may have taken refuge in its kinsman at Fetner. You might be able to hunt him down and give him what he deserves and claim the bounty for yourself. Then I will hunt him down and execute the law. That is excellent, Bacchylogos. I will be grateful to you. So will the family of the man he murdered. And of course, the bounty on his head will be yours, if you can get him. Well, good hunting to you. Not the quest that I wanted, but a quest that I can, in fact, complete nonetheless. What did it say? Fetner? Is that the town that I'm going to? Hopefully that's not one of my common towns. It is. It's one of my common towns. Fetner is a town, as you can see, that's, like, directly in the center of everything. So, like, if I'm coming up from Jelkala, heading over to Praven, Suno, or Uxcal, somewhere over there in Swadia, or if I'm coming from Yelen over to Shariz, or the Sarenids up in the top right, or I'm heading, you know, from south to north or north to south, Fedner is one of those towns that just flows with the direction of travel, and it's a quick fucking pickup for, you know, recruits if I just, you know, got out of a big battle and I need some men. Right, he doesn't spawn at... Does he spawn at night? I know for this quest, they only spawn at certain times. I don't know if they spawn in evening. Yeah, there he is, nervous man. What do you want? I'm looking for the murderer by the name of Ales the Tail. You fit his description. I don't understand, sir. I've never killed anyone. I think you've got the wrong man. Then drop your sword. If you are innocent, you may have nothing to fear. We'll go now and talk to your neighbors, and if they verify your story, I'll go on my way. I'm not going anywhere, friend. You're going to have to fight for your silver today. No problem. I just need your head anyways. Die, dog! Yep, and my reputation with the town deteriorates. They're never going to want to give me any recruits. I'll deal with that at a later date. Let's go up this way. Get back to Count Folsivor. Turn that quest in. Oh, hello. I will be coming for you here eventually. Help out the farmers. If I had to do a story time for today to give you an example of the kind of stuff we'd be talking about, let's start with one that's probably got, you know, a common question for people of my type, you know, military stuff. Did I enjoy it? Yes and no. I enjoyed actually doing my job on the very few occasions that I got to, and I enjoyed the people more than the actual work itself. But I do think if you're going into it for the right reasons, it's, you know, definitely a good thing, you know, for you as an individual. I also think that if you're going into it with a plan, you know how to work certain systems, then yeah, you can definitely, you know, take advantage per se of, like, you know, your benefits and this, that, and the third. I know supposedly what a lot of people did with their benefits is they would apply for, like, you know, the VA loans and things of that nature, and they would just rent homes and then rent them out to people and just make bands off of that. That's the kind of stuff they don't teach you about, so I never got to do that kind of stuff, and I didn't hear about little loopholes and practices like that until way later in the business. So it's what it is. definitely think it would be in your best interest to do your research. Before you execute, I found Ails of Tails and delivered him your punishment. We'll be a lot better off without him. Thank you, Bacchylogos, for removing that long, festering thorn from my side. 'Tis good to know you can be trusted to handle things with an appropriate level of tactfulness. A bounty I promised, and a bounty you shall have. 300 dinars, and not a copper less. I will take the money, sir. Thank you. Of course, Bacchylogos. Here you are. Once again, my thanks for ridding me of that filth-swilling bastard. You have any other attacks? I am not going over to the Serenade Sultanate. You can figure out what to do with that fucking letter. Also, going through basic training during COVID times, where nobody knew how to deal with COVID correctly, and like the rules of the game were changing like every other day, definitely plagued my experience like a lot. There were a lot of things that we didn't get to do. There were a lot of things that drill sergeants wanted to do and couldn't do. There were a lot of like exceptions to the system just because we had to deal with COVID and no one had a book to tell them how to. Regulations change like every other day. So there was just a lot of like confusion, but also there were times where we would ask like, hey, are we even gonna get a chance to do this because of the COVID shit? And they were like, as of right now, no. So like there are whole things that I graduated basic training from and I technically never did them, which I think was, you know, pretty shit. I would have liked to do certain things like the hand-to-hand and whatnot. I think that would have been a good time. Ooh, that's good. Just to like give off some examples of like conversations that I could have, little stories that I could tell, you know, some life stuff. I'm not really gonna get certain things answered by other people unless they also went through it. Portia, let's talk about you're already intelligent well enough. Let's get some strength going, and I want you to have. I would put another point into pathfinding, but you're not helping me at all with that already, motherfucker. What could you help me with? You could probably honestly be more useful by getting some Iron Flesh or some Power Strike, just so you do a little bit more damage on that horse of yours. Right, not Forentis, Portia, you needed a fur-covered shield, because they are broken in this game. They have more damage, and they do more coverage than most traditional shields. I doubt you're gonna be the one that gets... Why does everybody hate me? It's because I'm common folk? Do I know you? I am Count Lorquin, a vassal of Kingdom Barodox and the Lord of Grunwalder Castle. Speak quickly, if you have anything to say, for I have no time to be bandering words with common soldiers of fortune. Ask for a request. No, Bacchylogos, I do not need your help at this time. Tax, don't need anything. Would be so awesome. Would be so cool. One of you would just give me the quest that I'm looking for. I don't care about your brother. See if he has any tax. Lord of Jelcala. Fuck it, I can pick up rent. Probably you know that I am the Lord of the town of Jelcala. However, it has been months since Jelcala has delivered the taxes and rents due me as it is rightful lord. Apparently the populace there has grown unruly lately, and I need someone to go there and remind them of their obligations, and to persuade them if they don't listen. If you go there and raise the taxes they owe me, I will grant you 1/5 of everything you collect. Fair offer, my lord. We have an agreement. Tax. I'm not waging war. What is with fucking Freitchen wanting to fucking fucking start a war with everybody? Oh, they put a right stop to that, expectedly so. Well, at least the warband is here. Let me talk to some lords that I may or may not. Every time I've come to talk to you, Freitchen, you've told me that you don't like the peace with a different country. At first, it was the Swadians, then it was the Nords, that time it was the Kurgits. Why the fuck do you not like anyone? You want to wage war with everybody? I'm not going to the Sarenids, fuck off. We're gonna meet a lot of different lords that I haven't met already, hopefully. Hopefully one of them is gonna be like, hey, you wanna be a part of the war party? Sorry, come on. Okay, I'll head over to Grunwalder after I get done fucking around with this group. Service. Tax. I'm not going to the Sarenids. Very nice. Fuck. Somebody give me something. This is probably one of the first times where I played the game and it just refuses. And everyone cares about Count Matthew. No one cares. Alright, Grunwalder. Where the fuck is Grunwalder? Not that far away, actually. Nice. But I attacked. I definitely did not attack. I spoke with everyone in the war party. What was this going to? Telrog, but I can still talk to Atross. See if he has any stuff for me. Somebody give me something to do. Grunwalder. Telrog. Show service. Bring a message. Tax. Holy sh... How many brothers and family members and whatever the fuck else does Matthias have? Honestly, truthfully, that nigga might be king. It might not even be fucking Graphith. That motherfucker Matthias got connections all the fuck over. At your service. Please tell me... This has got to be the first playthrough in God knows how long where they just do not have quests for me in the fucking slightest. Usually I can't get these motherfuckers to stop giving me quests, especially the ones I don't even like doing, because they just strain my relationships with people. Okay, there's a couple of people... Remusk. Search work in my field, run away, remember? Oh, right, yeah, that mission is really difficult and annoying to do accurately. Let's try Nyelcha. Fuck you. Again, the next time that I log on, I'll try out the more podcasty-centric style, where I'm dishing out stories and other things during, the gameplay. The gameplay will be more like a background thing. I guess today was like a, my sort of opinion on the basic training thing. I didn't really get into any real stories in basic. But believe me, I do have plenty of those, and I also have plenty of stories from the real life army. Obviously, I'm not going to say any names, I'm not going to say any locations, none of that. But you'll get a general idea of just some of the stupid stuff we used to get up to. But, yeah. Leave a like, comment, subscribe down below if you enjoyed. I upload every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Potentially Saturdays. It's looking like Saturdays, considering I have uploads all the way out to November, and it is currently September 30th. So, definitely have plenty of time to, upload some additionals. The only reason I'm still doing the Monday, Wednesday, Friday thing and not uploading things on the in-between days is because of certain life situations that I'm going to have, in the coming future. So, yeah. This is more or less me saving myself the headache later. Like, fuck, I didn't get a chance to record or edit. Oh, wait, I'm done all the way out to, December. I'm good. Alright, well, hope you guys enjoyed. Bye-bye.